If you're a high school basketball player that's playing on an AAU team this summer, this series of episodes is going to be for you, because over the next few weeks, I'm going to share 6 skills that you should be showing off in your AAU games. Let's jump in and discuss. Welcome back to Hard Smart Together. I'm Coach Dave. I'm here every week to help basketball players become the smart, confident players that coaches love. So I got a question for you. How many times have you been watching a basketball game, maybe on TV? It doesn't even need to be a basketball game, any sport really, and heard the announcers or the commentators talking about the energy that one of the teams is playing with. Or maybe they've singled out an individual player and said, man, that player brought a lot of energy to this game. And their team is feeding off that energy. Or maybe you've walked into a gym, right? And just felt the buzz and the energy in the crowd and seen how a team on the floor is feeding off the energy that's being brought from their crowd. I'm sure you've been in a halftime or after the game and heard your coach at one time or another talk about the energy that your team is playing with that particular game, or how you guys are playing connected. Boy, we're really playing connected. We're in sync tonight. Or another game, maybe your coach is talking about how out of sync the team is and how you're not bringing the energy and you're not playing connected as a team. And all this has to do with the first kind of foundational skill that I want you to show off in your AAU games. And that's right, I want you to show off your energy, and not just energy, because everybody has energy, some sort of energy. I want you to show off your positive energy on the AAU court. I want you to show it off. And that's what I'm going to be going over today, is really how to show off positive energy on the AAU court. So I always like to give you guys a free gift just for joining me on the episode. Be sure to download, if you haven't already, the 8 intangible skills that coaches love to see in players. I give them to you as a checklist, and there's some ways that you can implement them. If you're really looking to improve as a basketball player, both on and off the court this summer, I really recommend that you download that. And I'll also let you know, as I mentioned, this is going to be a series of episodes where we talk about particular skills that you should be showing off to stand out in your AAU games. And so I'll let you know when these future episodes come out as well. Be sure to download that. I'll put the link below. You can simply go to hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles, and I'll be sure to get you that download. So we have talked about playing over the summer on an AAU team before. Last year I did an episode, be sure to go back and review it if you need to, where I talked about choosing the right AAU program or choosing the right AAU team for your vision or for your goals as a basketball player. And there's a lot of different reasons you might be playing AAU, right? You might be playing because you want to be seen. You want to be seen by college coaches, right? You want to show off your skill sets and stand out because you're looking to play at the next level, or you want a scholarship, or things like that. You might just be playing AAU over the summer to get better, right? To improve your basketball game so that next season, when you show up for your high school team, you are prepared to play even better. Or we talked about maybe you're just playing to have fun, right? Doesn't matter if you're just playing to hang out with your friends, if you're playing to improve, or if you're playing to be noticed. This skill that we're talking about showing off is really foundational to having a good, summer season with your club team, right? Bringing the right energy, bringing positive energy, putting off energy, okay? And so if you want to stand out on the AAU court, let me just talk about as a college coach, when I was a college coach and we used to go watch players, you gotta come off as special. You gotta kind of jump off the page. You know how many players college coaches are watching? And if you want to stand out in an AAU game, let's just give it a scenario. There's two different players and they're the same skill set. They pretty much shoot the same. They pretty much play the same defense. Seem to, be the same size. They seem to have the same athleticism. Everything about them is the same. So the energy that they are bringing can really make one stand out over the other. Just jump off the court, just jump off the page. And all of a sudden, coach is like, yeah, but there's something about that player that's special. That's right. It's the energy they're bringing. Now, everything in the universe is made up of energy, right? Everything that we, your body, plants, everything that you know of in the world is made up of energy, okay? So you're giving off energy as a person. You're giving off energy one way or another. There's not, boy, you were bringing energy, because you're bringing one type or another. You're probably either bringing negative energy or positive energy, okay? And we're going to talk about how energy, how you actually put off positive versus negative energy and some ideas for how to change from negative energy to positive energy. So the question for you is, if I'm going to bring energy, if I'm giving off energy, if every person in the world at all times is giving off energy, and people have a sense of their energy, right? You have a sense. I'll tell you, if I was not as animated as I am in this episode, if I was sitting here going, you give off energy. I want you to bring positive energy. You probably already have turned off this video, right? If I was slumping shoulders and just giving off a negative energy, just not giving off that positive high energy, what would you be watching for? This guy doesn't have the energy to tell me to play and give off positive energy, okay? So what is energy made up of? Well, the first thing the energy is made up of is your vision. Okay, your vision for your basketball career, your vision for your AAU summer season, your vision for where you want to go and all those things that we talked about, why you might be playing AAU. Your vision for how much fun you want to have with your friends this summer. Your vision for how much better you want to get as a basketball player this summer. Your vision for playing at the next level, for earning a scholarship, for standing out on the court, your vision for all those things. So the first thing that your energy, whether it's negative or positive, is made up of is your vision for yourself, okay? So if your vision is, I gotta play AAU again, I'm playing this summer, it's gonna stink. I just wanna go traveling around with this team. Or, I'm not going to get any better anyway. You've got to have a future-looking vision, and your energy is going to propel you into your vision. Now, it's also made up of how you think. Big part of your energy is how you think. If you show up at your AAU game and go, coach isn't going to put me in the game that much anyway. I'm going to sit on the bench. It's going to be a long ride home. I'm not going to get in. Every time I get in the game, I make a mistake. Then I get pulled out of the game. No coaches are going to notice me. Why am I even doing this? It's unfair, the playing time. This player's getting more playing time than me. I'm never going to be able to make a three-point shot. Oh, I've got another AAU practice to go to. If those are your thoughts, let me tell you something. Whether you know it or not, you're giving off negative energy. If you show up to the game with, oh man, I get to play another game. I get to play AAU. My parents put up the money so I get to play traveling basketball. How lucky am I, right? I'm getting better. Eventually, I'm going to get to where I'm consistently knocking down that three-point shot. Eventually, the coach is going to give me more playing time. Man, isn't it fun hanging out with my friends? I get to do this. Not I have to do this. I get to do this. So how you think, what you bring to the game, and the thoughts that you have in your head is really dictating what kind of energy you're giving off, whether it's negative or positive. And then it's how you act. Right? We've talked about things like mistake response in the past. When you make mistakes in a game, how do you act? How do you stand out in a game? Do you make a mistake, slump your shoulders, take a play off, jog back, mumbling to yourself about the mistake? Or do you increase your energy, your positive energy, and go, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Man, I'm going to go back and I'm going to steal the ball. I'm going to make a great defensive play. I'm going to make a difference for my team. I'm going to increase my energy, increase my positive energy. Let me tell you something, that stands out. And you should show that off to the people watching your AAU games. Show off the positive energy that you have after a mistake. Okay? Your time on the bench. Do you think college coaches aren't watching what you're doing on the bench? Right? Those two players that I talked about, same skill set. One is on the bench, encouraging their teammates, giving their teammates reminders, giving the attention in the huddle, even when they're not in the game, totally locked into the game. We're not talking about raw energy. We're not talking about being a cheerleader. We're talking about being engaged and giving off positive energy, even when you're out of the game. You don't think that the coaches that are out there to watch players and evaluate players, evaluate those intangibles of what you're doing when you're not in the game, how you interact with your teammates, how you look your coach in the eye, all that positive energy or negative energy that you're bringing, and that doesn't make you stand out? So your vision for yourself, how you think and how you act can help propel you forward with positive energy. And here's the beauty of bringing positive energy. I want you to, one, the beauty of being part of this community and listening to these episodes is you can kind of be honest with yourself. Nobody's judging you. Nobody, knows that you're evaluating. How was your energy in the past? Has your energy last season, was it negative most times or was it positive most times? Because people feed off of positive energy. People react differently to you. Try it. Try to think differently. Try to bring a more positive energy to a practice, to a game, whatever the case might be, to your team. People will react differently to you if you've traditionally been a little bit more down in the dumps, I have to do this, negative energy. That's why this is so foundational. We're going to talk in future episodes about other ways that you can stand out on the AAU court, but this is the foundation of any of those other skills, right? And here's the beauty. You get to choose. You get to choose what energy you are bringing, because you're bringing one or the other. You're either bringing negative energy, and that might be by just not bringing any energy. It's negative, right? Or you get to choose if you're going to bring positive energy. So make sure you have a vision for yourself. Make sure you're thinking positive thoughts. You get to choose how you think. And you get to choose how you act. Don't get discouraged if maybe you're trying to be positive and maybe you've made a habit out of kind of bringing negative energy. That's okay. You make mistakes. That's how you make a new habit. We talk a lot about making new habits. So that's what I have for you this week. Next week, we'll go into a different skill set that I want you to show off on the AAU court this summer. And until next week, remember to play hard, play smart, and play together. See you next week.